When the first Cadillac Escalade arrived in 1999, it was basically a Chevy Suburban with a fancy badge. But fast forward just a few years, and this SUV had rewritten the book on luxury. I mean, there is a reason that Tony Soprano traded in his Suburban for an '03 Escalade. This car means business, and it looks the business too. Fast forward another 20 years, and there's not another SUV on the road with more presence than this one. If you're new to the CarGurus YouTube channel, welcome, and please subscribe, because we review everything from little commuter cars to, well, to cars like this. And if you got here because you're looking to sell a vehicle, we can help with that too. Sell your car 100% online with CarGurus, and not only will we source you an instant cash offer, but someone will literally come and pick your car up for you. Not bad. The UK has the Range Rover, Japan has the Land Cruiser, Germany has its own stable of big luxury crossovers, and the US has this, the Escalade. There's more homegrown competition for this vehicle than there was 23 years ago. The Lincoln Navigator is astounding, and the Grand Wagoneer is back in a big way, but in my opinion, nothing makes a statement like an Escalade. The huge grille, the huge vertical daytime running lights and indicators, the fact that every Escalade comes standard with 22-inch wheels. It's a big rectangle hurtling down the highway with these slab sides and almost perfectly flat roof and boxy proportions, even painted all black like our test vehicle is. There is no way you're missing this luxury truck at the valet stand. I think the Escalade is the best looking vehicle in its class. The styling's not as busy as the Navigators, and it's had enough time to evolve and find a clear language, unlike a newer vehicle like the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. But you tell us in the comments section below which one you think looks best. Is it the Escalade, the Navigator, or the Wagoneers? Now, it is easy to get a little wrapped around the flagpole when trying to understand Cadillac's trim hierarchy, because it's not linear like most automakers. Instead, Cadillac uses a two-pronged strategy. On one hand, you have luxury, on one hand, you have sport. Now this is the sport approach. Specifically, we're driving a Sport Platinum. It's the top tier, and it costs a lot, almost $114,000. Sport trims get more blacked out and body-colored features like the door handles, roof rails, and moldings, not to mention the massive mesh grille, while the luxury trims add more chrome to those bits. The windshield is acoustic laminated glass, and that helps keep wind noise at bay, something that's extra important when you're dealing with a vehicle that has these kind of aerodynamics. Under our hood is a 6.2-liter V8 engine, a dinosaur, sure, but a good one. Paired with the same 10-speed automatic that Ford and GM have been using in most of their trucks lately, it makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. Cue the Tim Allen grunt, please. Now, the good news with an engine like this is that it can go and go and go. I mean, on the highway, this guy is hardly working, and around town, it has enough power to really get the 5,800 pounds or so that we're driving motivated. You know, it moves. It's also a towing machine. With the max trailering package, our test car should be able to tow 8,000 pounds, and two-wheel drive models get to tack an extra 200 pounds on top of that. Now, the bad news is that it gets pretty terrible fuel economy. 14 mpg in the city, and good luck hitting that figure, 18 on the highway, and 16 combined. In my test, I've been averaging about 16 miles per gallon, and I've been driving mostly on the highway. But if the poor fuel economy turns you off, Cadillac has a diesel option for you. The available 3-liter turbocharged straight-six diesel engine makes 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It increases the tow rating by 100 pounds, but more importantly, it increases fuel economy to 20 mpg city, 26 highway, 22 combined. So it's still not good per se, but it's certainly better. And plus, have you seen this car? What did you expect? Speaking of what did you expect, the Cadillac steers about as well as you could hope. vague, numb. It's more like piloting a boat than a car. Nobody should be surprised by that. It's just not what you buy a vehicle like this for. Thankfully, our test car is fitted with a 4-corner air suspension and magnetic ride control, and all of that did help it stay feeling fairly settled on my test loop's pothole-riddled roads. Although there could be a little better pedal feel down there, the brakes also seem up to the job of bringing this Goliath to a stop. That air suspension can adjust the Escalade's ride height to 3 different levels. The parking garage at my office has a frighteningly low ceiling, and honestly, I'm not sure I could have gotten the Escalade into the garage if it wasn't for the trick suspension. Although the air suspension is an option and one that's not available on the base trim level, every trim gets heated front seats and heated second row seats, plus a heated steering wheel. Considering General Motors does have a bit of a reputation for nickel and diming, even in its luxury brands, it's really nice to see those super popular features included at no extra cost in its already very high cost SUV. Of course, heated seats and wheels are the tip of the iceberg when you're talking about an Escalade. You want a cold beverage? We have a refrigerated center console bin. That's a $700 option. A lot of the eye-popping features are related to tech, and we are going to get to those very, very shortly. But some of the features that are missing and that I would expect to see in a vehicle at this price point are, well, there are no rear seat sunshades. There's also a lot of plastic. I mean, honestly, below waist level, there's plastic everywhere, and it looks a lot cheaper than $114,000. There's a ton of technology in the 2023 Escalade. It's largely coordinated through one of the best in-car displays on the market. Made up of 3 separate screens, the Escalade's OLED displays don't look like an afterthought. They look like they were designed alongside every other piece of the vehicle's interior. We have a 7.2-inch screen on the left of the steering wheel. That's kind of interesting. That's for all your trip information. And then there's a 14.2-inch driver information display and a 16.9-inch infotainment touchscreen. You can control this via touch, or you can use steering wheel controls or this rotary dial that has a great clicky action. Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HD radio, it's all standard, as is a 19-speaker AKG audio system. 19 speakers, standard, that's pretty good. The Sport Platinum and the Premium Luxury Platinum both get a 36-speaker AKG system that is really good, but not top of class. That award still goes to the Macintosh system in the Grand Wagoneer. We also have 2 seat-back entertainment screens for the kids, or whoever we decide to pick up from Logan Airport when we Uber Black this ride. Those passengers are going to appreciate the space in this Escalade too. Obviously, it is a big car, but it doesn't make poor use of its space. Back here we have 25.5 cubic feet of cargo space, and that number actually expands to 41.5 cubic feet if you get the longer Escalade ESV. Fold down our 3rd row and it's 72.9 cubic feet of space, 121 cubic feet with both rows folded. And there's plenty of space inside for people. I'm just under 6 feet tall, and I can arrange the seats so that I can sit comfortably in the middle row or the 3rd row. I mean, I've got a little USB-C charging port here, I've got headroom, I've got legroom. What I don't have is complaints. Now, in its crash testing, the NHTSA only gave the Escalade 4 out of 5 stars for an overall rating, but this vehicle still has all the advanced driver assistance systems that we've come to expect. You have automatic emergency braking, you've got lane keeping assist, stuff like that. All Escalades also get an HD surround view monitor, and when you're driving a vehicle this big, that's something that's really nice to have. Super Cruise is the big feature though, and you can get it on the Escalade, you just can't get it as standard equipment on the Escalade, on any Escalade, not even the $150,000 Escalade V. You have to pay extra for Super Cruise, and unfortunately, our test car isn't equipped with it, so I can't tell you just how well it works on this particular vehicle. Luckily, my pal Cliff Attia tested Super Cruise extensively when he reviewed the 2021 Escalade ESV. So hop over and watch that video after you finish this one. All right, let's talk turkey. But first, an acknowledgement. Yes, this vehicle is prohibitively expensive. The as tested price is $113,915, and that's just out of reach for so many shoppers. It's one of the things that makes the Escalade so exclusive. But here's a more precise breakdown. This vehicle starts at $81,090 for a luxury trim with two-wheel drive. If you want four-wheel drive, you have to add $3,000 to that price. And if you want the Duramax diesel engine, it's another $1,600. The sport trims sort of run parallel to the luxury trims, but they start at a higher price point, $92,890 for a sport two-wheel drive with the V8. Now, both the sport and the luxury trims can get the Platinum treatment. So on one hand, you have the premium luxury Platinum, and on the other you have the Sport Platinum, and both of those top tier trims cost the same $107,390. The Lincoln Navigator and the Grand Wagoneer are both priced very close to the Escalade, and I would say that the Lincoln does give you a little more of the sumptuous luxury that a lot of shoppers are looking for, while the Grand Wagoneer has some more impressive tech and a great stereo. But of the three, it's the Escalade that is the OG American luxury SUV. And this is the car that has the street cred the others are trying to match. Do you agree? Disagree? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.